Hey guys, and welcome back to another video where I am yet again going to be sharing with you another coin which I gave up all of my Bitcoin for just a couple of weeks ago. And the reason for that is because, I've been riding out some Bitcoin now for maybe a year or so. It'd gone up to like 50k and everybody expects Bitcoin's going to go to about 200,000 during this bull run. Almost said bear market then. So basically, once it's at 50, it's only got a sort of 4x potential on Bitcoin. So my personal feelings were that it's probably better to put the cash into other altcoins, which maybe have sort of like a 10x, a 20x, maybe 100x potential, rather than just leaving it in Bitcoin from 50k to 200 with that 4x potential there. So if you do think that kind of makes sense, this video might be for you. We're going to be looking at something very unique. So I'm always looking for coins which are kind of unique, not just the same old sort of security privacy coins or like dApps platforms. There's so many of those. I really want to look for unique technologies within the blockchain space. So looking at this is Blockstate. This is for smart asset financing, Swiss security token platform for non-bankable assets such as SME equity, debt, or real estate. So basically tokenizing small businesses or pieces of commercial real estate, that type of stuff. And today we're not talking about this platform right here. And there's also this one, just to be aware of. So this is T0, a smart asset marketplace for sort of SMEs, any sort of digitalized company. So we've got this one. I think there's Aspen Digital and this one, TZ Drop. This is basically themselves. Okay, I don't think they've got that much on this little exchange. It is pretty much just like a handful, or maybe just these three currently on there. So not a massive market for that one. And that means that this one here, Polymath, does not have an awful lot of competition out there when it comes to being a security token exchange. So this one is all about security tokens. That is basically like digitizing stocks and shares like Apple and Facebook and all those type of shares, rather than going through the traditional markets like the New York Stock Exchange. They can just become digitized just on an ERC20 type token. It's not actually an ERC20 token. And I believe that this is most likely to be the future of all sort of companies that now want to go public and start raising public money, rather than going through the traditional route, which is very slow and very, very expensive. They can use something like this. This is Polymath. And it is up to, they reckon, about 40% cheaper and of course a lot quicker than trying to do the traditional route. And so what they've done for this is, first of all, they raised back in 2018 over $200 million at an ICO. Okay, in fact, there it is right there. So it's $207 million back there on an ICO. I remember this very well. This was massively hyped. In fact, down there on the hype score, very high on the hype score. It really was. Everybody knew about this one. It was a very well-known project because it is actually a very good idea and somebody has to do it. So somebody has to let these little small businesses become public, make use of blockchain technology to actually raise funding for these small businesses through a security token offering rather than an ICO and STO. And to do this, you can't actually use the normal ERC20 tokens because they don't really do everything that a security really should do. And because of that, they use some of that money to create their very own technology. It does run on Ethereum. It's not an ERC20, it's an ERC 1400 token. So it's something they've created themselves for this unique purpose, which is to be using as security tokens. And the major benefits for investors investing in companies which were to use this type of system rather than the traditional route, which only pays out dividends maybe once every 3 months or so. With these, they can pay dividends daily, Maybe weekly or monthly might be better. I think personally like weekly would be good, although there's a lot of people currently getting into DeFi, even though DeFi is complete garbage in my opinion when it comes to actually something which you're investing in because it provides value. Most of this DeFi stuff is just giving away tokens. It's like staking tokens for more tokens. It's just nonsense. But with this one, you're investing in real companies with real products, making real sales, actually producing something in the marketplace, and you as an investor are getting a share of those profits. And through this new technology, you as the investor could be getting paid out on a daily basis. So really, really cool. In fact, there's some comparison here between an ERC20, a T-Rex, whatever that is, I'm not too sure, the new ERC 1400 token that they've created, and what they're releasing this month, Polymesh. It's going to be really, really important. You can see down here, obviously the ERC 1400 and Polymesh totally destroys everything else. It is by far the best. And as we've already seen, this is the standard competition that you have. So basically, Polymath is something which I very strongly believe is going to be absolutely huge and could be the type of technology that the new stock exchange for stocks and shares and all these sort of small businesses, or what are small businesses right now, end up becoming tokenized on. And this is just such a great time to be getting in, not just into Polymath, but maybe some of these new security tokens when they do start launching on Polymath, and getting into those stuff that could be like the next Amazon, and you're getting in right at the very beginning, getting to get paid out on a daily basis. I think this is a superb technology to be investing in. And I'm not the only one that thinks so either. So this is Polymath and the future of real estate. And this little article here, I'll probably leave a link for it down below if you want to check it out for yourself. It's basically about a company called Red Swan, and they've raised, I think it's, what is it, $2.2 billion recently for their commercial real estate deals. Here it is right here. This is Red Swan. If you didn't know, it's a company out in America, and they got a whole bunch of different commercial real estate projects which they finance using Polymath tokens. So you can see down here, if we go right to the bottom, there we go. So that's their partners, Polymath, Coinbase. And yeah, it says right there that you can't see because I'm in the way. Let me move myself. There you go. So 2.2 billion in security token offerings. So they have raised $2.2 billion to pay for a whole bunch of commercial properties already, all using Polymath's new technology. Now, one really important thing when it comes to this type of market is client confidentiality. So when you've got these big security type companies which handle lots of stocks and shares for very influential people, they don't want their clients' information getting out, and they also do not want everybody in the marketplace to know when they're moving their shares from one exchange to another or into a hardware wallet or whatever. They don't want that to be public knowledge. And of course, with an ERC20 token and most blockchains, all of that stuff is publicly viewable on the public blockchain. So that's going to be a real problem for big financial institutions. Fortunately, Polymesh is actually created by somebody that used to work in Wall Street, as long as I think the other founder is some sort of solicitor, I think. Some sort of something along those sort of legal lines. He used to handle a lot of stuff with corporations going public. So these two dudes, they basically know exactly what they're doing, okay? So they're not just like the likes of me that doesn't really understand this world at all. These guys behind this clearly know what they're talking about. And what they've done here, if you want to read this, again, link down below. It's all about confidentiality on Polymesh and how it is that all of the client accounts and everybody which is sort of holding shares in different things, it is all highly, strictly confidential, so that it's not like a normal public blockchain where everybody can see what everybody's got and what they're doing with it. The purpose of this video is not to sort of sell you on Polymath. I already bought in a few weeks ago and it's doing pretty good so far. Obviously, they are releasing their Polymesh new technology, mainnet, whatever it is, sometime this month. So I'm kind of expecting it to continue up for at least another couple of weeks until that gets launched. In fact, if we just look here, this is the chart for Polymath. You can see, I think this is probably going to be the day when they first launched, noticed that they were going to be launching this Polymesh pretty soon, and the price just rocketed up, came back down. It's around here that I actually bought in myself. I think I missed the absolute bottom there, but it was around here that I started to buy some in, sort of end of February time. And yeah, it has gone up, starting to come back down again, so I'll probably be buying in some more over the next couple of days. Because if we come out to the daily, you can see just how much it is down from when it first launched. Where is it if I scroll all the way out? So this is way back in 2018 over here. And so that's where it first came out. That was the price. That's what the market priced it at when it was first out at ICO. And it came all the way down. It was flat for a very long time now. As I said, I remember this ICO extremely well. I always had my eye on this, but it was flat for a very, very long time. And it has only just started to pick back up. So there's a good chance that if you start getting some solid companies using this Polymesh and it actually starts to get some real traction, this could well surpass these former prices over here. So right now we're looking at 800 sats. It was before 4,000 sats, and let's face it, it could go a lot higher. And the only real blockchain type company that I could find was this one right here, Smartlands Network, which is kind of like a direct competitor, I suppose, to Polymesh, the blockchain solution for financial markets, tokenizing regulated assets. And the thing with this Smartlands is, as you can see scrolling down, it's not really on the same level, is it, to Polymath. This is all very sort of chip shop, very, very cheap, thrown together. Not a great website, not really a strong project. So in my opinion, I think Polymath probably have this whole market wrapped up in the bag right now, as they are really the only real competitor. And you've got to bear in mind that the old style of ICOs from back in the day, back in 2017, is mostly dead right now. So there's lots of new dApps platforms coming out, but you can't just throw together an ICO like you could back then, because it's mostly illegal in most countries now. So if companies do want to do some sort of token offering like that and raise some money in that way, they really need to do it through a regulated process in whatever country it is that they're working with. And Polymath, obviously, they help out with a lot of that process as well. So it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a lot cheaper, probably a lot quicker, using something like Polymath rather than trying to go the traditional route. And it's also legal, unlike ICOs as well. So I think that this could be really, really, really big in the years to come. So that's it. Just thought I'd just throw that one out there for you, and also give you a quick update on our new trading bot, which will be coming out very, very soon. I know there's so many people excited about it. Probably not as excited about it as me, because you guys don't actually realize the full potential of what it is that we're creating here. It is, I would say, probably going to be the best trading bot system that there is for crypto. So that's all I shall say. So we recently switched over, if you didn't already know, on our trading signals. So just go to this trading tracker here, from our old previous signals, and we've gone over to these new ones, the Master Signals 3.0. That happened on Monday. Now, I've already got the trading bot system working on my own account, and I'm hoping to be able to add in a few more of the Master Ninjas there over on our site by the end of this week, but that will be a select few. It's not going to be everybody. It's just going to be like a test group, so that we can work out the problems, if there are any problems with it, and then open it up to everybody else. So we're looking at maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks absolute maximum. And this is the results that we're getting. So we switched over to this one, Master Signals 3.0. So it's 15 or nearly 16% up in just the last 22 days. So this is meant to be 30 days profit, this column. But this one we've actually only been tracking for the last 22 days. And I can confirm, having had this now running on my own account over the weekend and the last day or two, that this bot is making me some money. It's pretty cool. It's so good. I think because we spent the time to actually find a really good strategy over the last couple of years, testing all these things. So this was the old strategy, intraday. See, so up only 10% in 30 days. Daily signals up only 12. This one is up much more and working really good. Now you can click on any one of those signals for a bit more of an in-depth look. So here is some of the open trades right now. So would have recently just bought some Engine, bought some Mana, bought some BNB, and if you look at the closed trades, this is some of the closed positions that it's recently closed out on, and all very recently. It's just in the last hour or so, and some nice bit of profits there, also some losses. For this bot, it's been working absolutely fantastically. I will be putting out a video towards the end of the week explaining about how the new bot system is going to work. And I know it is going to absolutely blow your mind. It is fantastic. So anyway, that is all I'm going to say for now, and I shall see you all again in the next video.